Hello everybody and welcome to Jet TV. We are on part 29 of my Lizardmen Let's Play. And we have fended off the Chaos armies which were attacking my settlements around here and here. We still have one heading for Tor Supindar down here. However, I think I'm going to hold them off fairly easily. We do have a couple of armies moving down to try and deal with them. However, this ritual is nearly finished, and as soon as this one is finished, I am going straight on to my next ritual. Ritual here. I'm going to be moving this guy back up to take this town as well, because it was giving me quite a buff to my income too. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump straight back into it. We've got a couple of level ups to do with my units. And let's just check my towns. I dare say I've got a few which I can upgrade. You can start throwing out some extra income. And this place is okay now for happiness, popularity, order. That's the word I was after. So they can lose that and I can do a little bit more of buff there. I can't take out this turn, but next turn I'm going to take that out. It does have carved obsidian. Yeah, it does provide a unique building train. However, as I said, I possibly want to leave it for dwarves at the moment. However, they do have gold down there, so I could always. You know what? I'm actually going to take them, and then I will push down on the dwarves. Maybe eventually, I'll still get to trade with them if I do that. Okay, a little bit of movement there left from Kroq-Gar as these armies rush down. However, I think that guy, if the way they work, I think he will go straight at Tor Supindar and attack instantly. So that could be one big battle going on there. So we shall have to see. Remind me next turn to do my confederations. I did have a comment about confederations. So basically these two guys down here don't actually really want to confederate with me at the moment, and Mazamundi up here, while he will possibly confederate with me, I don't actually want to because he's so far away from my territory that if I started getting armies thrown there to do with the rituals, I potentially wouldn't be able to do that. Also, he's under quite a lot of pressure from the north as well, and potentially from the Lawmasters, and I'd get wedged in the middle of that and have to start putting armies up there when I can't afford to at the moment. Now, maybe once I've completed this campaign, if I do continue it, which I think I'm going to do a little bit now to try and get a domination victory, I might do that because I'll be able to free up some of my armies to throw them up there at that point. So that'll really mean I can start being very aggressive again. That, or I'll just go and send a massive invasion into Ulthuan and destroy the High Elves, take Ulthuan for the Lizardmen. And at some point I will get one of these guys to confederate with me. Every time I complete a ritual they are starting to like me more and more. So we've got the dwarfs here. It's a reasonable dwarven army. And he is going to go and attack now that I've dealt with the other armies. They're probably going to take that place there. Which I'm happy if they do. I'm not that fussed if they do, because they are allies at the moment, so I'm not terribly upset if they take a few territories. And here comes the attack on Tor Supindar. And this is an instant attack. It's quite a good army, so actually this is going to be a battle. However, I've got a very nice defensive force here. Ancient Stegodon, so that's artillery. I've got my Bastillodon with a Revivification Crystal. Now this is an ability I can cast. It isn't just something which goes on all the time like I originally thought. And well, they've got these Temple Guards who are actually going to be very good against Chaos because they've got armor piercing damage, as do these Cold One Riders. As well, no, I don't think my Saurus does, but he's good versus large. I like that army, so let's get into this battle. Now obviously Chaos here have got quite a few large units, and this Hell Cannons, they're probably going to try and batter their way through one of my gates in my wall. and they've got the Chaos Spawn, all of the Ogres, which all provide fear. However, I'm very high leadership, so that's not necessarily a bad, something which is going to really affect me as well, as a lot of my guys cause fear and terror as well. And a lot of, good, solid, high-level infantry as well, which are going to cause problems, whatever their lord is, and a lot of good cavalry, though in a thing like this, I'm not so fussed by the cavalry. I've also got good cavalry in my cold ones. So we shall see how this goes. I actually do find it quite weird with Lizardmen armies. Most of my Lizardmen armies running around aren't really high-end units. They're still my early Saurus warriors with shields, which you get very early on. So while the Temple Guard are very good, I'm generally finding I've been mostly fighting Skaven this campaign, and against the Skaven I don't need the Temple Guard. Actually, the Saurus warriors do slightly more damage, but they don't have the armor piercing. Skaven really don't have high armor, so actually against the Skaven, the normal Saurus warriors are potentially actually slightly better, even though they maybe don't have the staying power. But then again, they can also enrage, which means they don't break quite as easy, because rather than breaking, they get enraged and keep attacking, unless they get completely surrounded anyway. Right, so let's have a look at us. Oh, this is a nice elven city, obviously, Tor Supindar. So we've got a really pretty backdrop here. Not that my cities aren't really pretty as well, and a lovely coastal view here, even though it's not right on the coast. So let's do my usual thing, pull all my armies back. I don't have a huge amount of magic to use here, so I'm going to go straight to deployment. Now they have spread themselves out nicely, which actually is a really sensible thing for them to do. And mostly in this game so far, people I've been fighting against haven't been doing that. And that actually makes this harder to fight, because they're going to hit my wall all over, and I don't necessarily have enough troops to do that. So I'm probably going to be dealing with quite a lot of these guys when they get through. Let's look where most of their infantry are. So they've got a bit of infantry here. Most of their infantry is over this side, so this is where I'm going to put the majority of my guys. Got one here, two here, one there, and one there. Right, so we're going to move our infantry around to match that, because I dare say they'll be throwing up ladders. I don't want to do it that way around. I'll swap them so they're a bit more logical. I also dare say I'm going to be getting that shooting at me a lot. This guy can come over here. My cold ones can sit in the middle as a roving force. These guys can sit centrally as well. Now, where's the majority of their large? They are split amongst here. So again, I'm kind of going to keep my large units as a floating unit here, so I can get them to either side. I'm actually going to keep him over here as well. And let's go! And I've left some units behind like a numpty. So let's just rush my range back forwards, because I'm a numpty and I left them behind. Get these guys onto the wall. And here you can see the hell cannon shooting him straight away. Let's drop a debuff, stop lowering its range, and let's throw a heal straight out on these guys, actually, as soon as I can anyway. Ooh, where are you going? So I've popped a heal on him from the revivification crystal. Let's move these guys over here. I'm going I'm going to have quite a lot pushing through here and a lot pushing through here. Actually get these guys on the back of the wall. Where are they coming up? So they are coming up the ladder straight into all of my units. That is perfect. That's exactly what I want. And they are hitting on my gates already. This gate is about to go, so let's... No. Oh, this is tricky now. Right, I've put my skinks on the walls, so they will be nicely covering here. You are getting cold ones on you. And let's charge. And again, let's charge in here. I'm doing a nice amount of damage here. My skinks, I don't know if they're shooting much. Let's drop a Flock of Doom. This damages... Oh, you need to get over there. Flock of Doom actually only damages enemy units. That is actually quite a good ability to use. Come on, let's kill their lord. If we can get that lord down, that's going to make a huge difference. And pop a buff down as well. I don't want you involved directly. These guys are doing nicely. My Revivification Crystal is in there, whacking them about as well. That guy is pretty much gone. I'm losing those cold ones, but I'm not so fussed around them. Some of their cav is behind me, and my cold ones are taking quite a beating here. I'm beginning to push them off here. I'm actually bringing these guys back to give me a bit more ranged. How are we doing up on the walls? We're doing fine up on the walls. One of my units is enraged. My Revivification Crystal is taking damage now. Let's pop a heal on himself. Oh, he can't actually heal himself. Could use a unit freed up and getting over there, but I don't have anything free at the moment. Right, this guy is breaking, so let's get you down here. Come on. This is where it gets annoying. Some of their guys are actually breaking into the back of mine. I need to get support over here fast. They are breaking. You can start heading over here to support. I need these guys down here. I am not doing well here. I'll pull him out and use my... I'm going to drop some cold ones right into the middle of here. Have I already got their lord? No, he is still fighting. I need to stay on him. Come on, kill him! We drop another Flock of Doom. Let's get that down. And let's get a buff on my general. Come on, guys. My Revivification Crystal is broken and nearly dead. It's not going as well as I'd hoped, and if they take this city, I will lose. Right, this is broken. I need to get these guys over here fast. Oh god, they've retreated onto my cap point, which is infuriating when happens. got another flock of doom down. My guys are charging down to get my cat point back. I said this is such a pain because actually they ran away into my city rather than fighting me to get onto my cat point here, which is a bit annoying, as you can probably imagine. As I'm fairly sure I'm making you aware of, I find that a bit annoying. Come on, Steggy, charge. Right, they're off my cat. Let's pop some more of these guys. Where's he? He is engaged. Buff my lord again. The rest of them are running. I've got lots of guys coming through here though, which I do need to deal with. These guys are still heavily engaged up here. Start bringing these ranged guys back. Unit Temple Guard is fighting to the death. Where is my lord? He can wait a second and pop a heal on himself. And he can take this heal too. I have been using this a little incorrectly because I've been... actually, I'm going to save that flock of doom. Because I've been using it while he's in combat, which actually is bad some of the time. You can just try and hold them up. I know you're not going to last long. Let's flock a doom on them. Now you can get yourself in there. Come on! This fight has just been going on. It's a grim little battle here. I lose this city, I have lost. If I lose this battle, I will fail the ritual. So it is imperative that I do not. I am very low on range now. These guys are enraged. They're not doing anything. They're still fighting. They're potentially going to take out that giant. These guys are still all fighting away. I think I'm going to lose this unit shortly. Try and get them over, see if they can just bring it over. Throw out another buff and let's keep this fight going. Oh, come on, kill that giant, guys. This unit of Temple Guard are breaking. But you saw how long they stood for. These guys are free and they actually killed that giant. Let's get down. Come on. I want the chain route. I want that chain route. Oh my god, that was hectic. That could have gone better. I see, guys, I'm not the best at microing. I probably could have fought that battle better. But that was hectic, guys. But a good battle there. You know, my guys did well. They held the line, which is what I wanted them to do. Not a huge amount of kills from my guys, but there's only so much you can ask for. You know, this was quite a high level chaos force against, to be fair, a fairly high level similar Lizardmen force, potentially slightly lower. I didn't have quite as many large units, but we held them off. That is the key thing here. And we will have completed the ritual, guys, so we will be getting that at the start of next term, so I will shut up while we get the ritual video playing, and then we'll recoup ourselves, get ourselves into a bit of a better position, at which point it will be time to start the next ritual, guys, which we'll have to see what happens with that ritual. It's gonna be interesting, and things are going to only get more hectic from here, guys, till that last ritual is completed. It is going to be absolute mayhem in my territories. I'm not going to spoil it, but you're going to see things are. Yeah, I'm going to get a lot of armies coming through my territories. My last campaign, when I started that last ritual as the High Elves, I went from owning all of Ulf 1 to about a third of Ulf 1. Then again, I did also have a massive Dark Elf invasion and I kind of had 4, but multiple intervention armies all thrown at me at once, so I was dealing with tens of armies, which was fun. I'm sure you can tell how fun by my slightly manic voice there. Okay, so when this loading screen finally finishes, we will start pushing through the rest of the turn. Eventually. But no, as I said, it was a reasonable battle. The key thing there was they were able to get around me. They spread their forces, which actually the AI hasn't been doing particularly much. I'm killing and eating just to replenish that force, because while they might not be, they are still there. They are going to come and attack again, even if I finish that ritual. Anyway, let's watch this.
The lines of power were interrupted. Whether by fate or design, the cure remained the same. Clear the debris, and like the great rivers of Lustria, the energy will flow once more. Progress has been made, yet the final tranche of hidden knowledge lays locked behind a door. A key must be found.
Ooh. And Nagron have completed their ritual. They are just behind me now. So that is a ritual of deliberation completed. So 80 of Lizardmen and minus 100 of the others. And this... Oh, it's changed one of my cities. So Talakwa, Tor Supindar and Temple of Skulls will also give me a lot of buffs as I'm doing it, but it's also going to cause negatives to the other guys as I do it. I need to jump straight onto that, however. Right, let us have an attempt, at least. Come on, confederate with me! Boo! Nope. See, Hexalotl still would, but... Oh no, they won't now! Interesting, even though they get a lot of extra stuff with, none of them want to confederate with me. Oh well, at some point we'll have to deal with that in the best way possible, by eating them. I wonder if I still get the ability to eat other Lizardmen armies. It's a little odd if I do, but it kind of fits the lore, I guess. Then yeah, I'm not the best person at Warhammer lore. Right, so let's get this one. It's an extra 5k. Now my income is dropping as as I run out of the wreckages I've been picking up, guys. As you saw how big a boost they were giving me. Which is why I really do want to keep... And I want to get that little elven city back as well. So actually, I'm going to pull at least one of my guys back to Talakwa. I'm going to keep this guy here. I'm going to gonna hit them quickly with my Dino army, and then I'm going to pull the Dino army back into Tor Supindar and throw out a little bit of extra recruitment. This is going in pure defensive, so I'm not worried about the Route Marcher for a change. I am going to throw a bit into, throw a few extra troops in there straight away. Simply because I'm building this up as a defensive force. What do I actually want here? That'll do for now. Let's have a look through my cities. So actually, here isn't going to get attacked this time. Which might make this slightly easier, because I don't have to worry so much about where everything is going to come from. We still have a lot of chaos corruption here, but that is going to slowly degrade. Quick auto. I am going to occupy this to the obsidian. Even though I said I'd leave it for dwarfs, I changed my mind. I'm allowed to do that occasionally. Now this is, it's not an ideal city for my guys, so I get a little bit more negative plus a negative to public order, extra construction time, extra, replenishment takes longer, construction time takes longer, and I get less income. So it's all small negatives. That's small negatives, not huge negatives. So obviously they do gradually get bigger and bigger over time. So now the real question is, where are the chaos going to drop? We'll pull him back up here. And just keep buffing my economy. That's quite nice, but not now. Not that I can get it yet. Okay guys, I am going to cut this one here because we're at 27 minutes guys, so not much happened in this one, to be fair. And the next cut is going to be the next ritual, where we are going to have a lot of troops dropping on us, and it really is a race to finish this ritual now. So this one takes 20 turns. I get 5k for starting it. Temple of Skulls needs defending Talaqua and Tor Supindar. The usual thing is to go by. They will be dropping up here or around here somewhere, so I'm going to try and get all my armies in relatively good positions around here. Potentially even dug into the cities and moving from city to city, though as we've seen in the past, they will then bypass me. Now Golden Tower is a nice, good, solid defensive position if I try and go this way. And I do now have a fairly nice force in Tor Supindar, but they may well shred a few things on the way down there, and I am building up another army here because there's chances I'm going to get intervention armies thrown at me as well. Okay, anyway guys, as always, thank you for watching. Please do feel free to offer feedback. Somebody has been now, and it's actually been useful, because things like that healing spell I'd been using incorrectly because I hadn't quite noticed the wording of it. So thank you very much for pointing that out to me. Anyway, we'll have to continue this next time, guys. I'm going to try and keep getting these out. I'll get a few more out at the weekend because I've been working a lot of overtime at work at the moment, so I've slowed down a little bit. Anyway, until next time.